Hey guys, Dowman here. Let's talk today about Star Citizen Role's Exploration. Oh, you know what time it is. But yeah, Exploration is an awesome one. It's full of such wonder and such amazing things you can discover and the risks and the perils of the stuff that can go wrong. Now, let's jump right into what Exploration is. So, we're going to cover in this video exploration ships, exploration, what is it about, and then, the dangers and all those things in no particular order. Well, ships will be last. Alright, so let's move straight along into the exploration as a career. So let's say you've looked at the Star Citizen roles and you thought to yourself, I don't fancy myself for mining much, and I'm not a fan of conflict. So let's see what else there is. You could be a personnel transporter, civilian passenger airliner pilot. That might not be for you. You might want to go to places that other people haven't been to. You might want to go to places that haven't been discovered. Now, with undiscovered locations, there's going to be an element of risk. Right. So basically, it's going to work like this. You're going to find a wormhole, you'll scan, you'll find one, or basically a jump point, an undiscovered one, and you'll go up to it. And then you need to make the choice. Do you go through? Of course you do. You go through and then you're navigating the wormhole and it's changing around you and it's twisting and it's all sorts of craziness, and I'll have a clip of that on the screen in a second. And all sorts of mental stuff will be going on. You'll then pop out if you're successful at piloting through this wormhole, and then boom, you're in a different system no one's been to before. And then you can start scanning the system and looking around, scanning the planets. And that's the basic level of exploration. Then you can go down to catalog things. You can go down to the planet's surface and do further scans, deeper analysis. Hell, you might even find life forms no one even has identified yet. Like the giant sandworm. Who knows what else is out there on these planets? There could be all sorts of crazy life forms. I'm really hoping that there's a planet with very low gravity and floating creatures. That would be cool. But yeah, exploration, it's unlimited on the stuff you can discover. Now, basically how it's going to work is, once you've done all that stuff, you can then immediately sell that information. You quickly head back and you sell it. But there's also another factor here. Say if you find something really unique and you put it in your cargo hold, but, you want to keep gathering up stuff. What are you going to do with that in your hold? You can't just, send a button and email it out of your hold. That's not the way it's going to work. You're going to need to fly back to a station, put it in the station, but here's the cool thing. If you find things out there, and you find a space station, you can go there and a trade hub or something, you can send those things that you found via trade to your hangar, and it'll be delivered like in real life, like with the postman and stuff. It's really cool, like UPS. But yeah, in Star Citizen, the exploration, the way it mainly functions is, you go to a jump point, you discover it, as you you navigate it, and you go through, and then you log it. Then once you have it logged, you can then sell that information. But here's the thing, these jump points are only valid for certain amounts of time. That's right, they can eventually decay and fade away. So what you need to do is you have to have you don't necessarily need to do this yourself, but it's a good way to build a profit is to keep navigating jump points, not the same one over and over again, but you can do that, but it'll be different each time because you're gonna have to navigate through the swirls and through the weird tunnels and things like that, and dodge tears in space-time and all things like that. Think of it like being Doctor Who. Feel like you're it's like driving the TARDIS almost. It's crazy. And you're traveling immense distances, but you're in the between space. So the way you gotta see it is, you're traveling hundreds of thousands of light years, but almost instantaneously. You're navigating in a space between spaces at speeds that are ridiculous. It's sort of like another dimension almost. But yeah, you go through and then you pop out on the other end, and then you're in undiscovered territory. But here are the things that you need to be wary of. If your ship gets lost within the swirls of the wormhole, you're toast. If you veer off course and you slam into a pillar of space-time, then your ship is lost, and so are the crew, and it's beneficiary time. It's permadeath. It's boom, that's it. Adios, muchacho, you're out of here. But if you navigate through that, and you come out on the other side, but then the wormhole is so unstable it suddenly decays right behind you as it collapsed as you were flying through it. How cool is this though, right guys? But yeah, that happens, you get out, and then who knows what else happens. Major malfunctions on board your ship. You got a little bit too close to the walls of space-time or something, and you might have scraped your way through, and all sorts of malfunctions are now going off. You're leaking fuel, or you're low on fuel, and you're in uncharted territory. Now you're having all sorts of risks and problems. Now, if the bigger the ship, the bigger the risk, but the bigger the discovery. That's the way it's going to work. Sure, you could go out there in one of the Origin ships, and sure, you can go out there in the starter Aurora exploration quotation finger ships, but these starter exploration ships aren't really going to get you that much in terms of information. You want a dedicated exploration ship. So let's move on to the exploration craft in the game. Alright, let's take a look at the first ship here, the Aurora ES. So this is going to be your starter level ship here. I mean, it's got a bed, and that's pretty much it for features. I mean, this is going to be your very beginning ship. You can fit like a scanner on it to scan jump points and that sort of stuff, but I would not recommend this for exploration personally, because, well, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles you're going to need. It's incredibly small, it's got a tiny fuel tank, it's not exactly what you need for deep space exploration, and yet it falls under the exploration category. So I'd recommend using this, say, to dabble in it, and first see if you're any good at navigating those jump points and see how much you enjoy that. But yeah, this is the Aurora ES. This is the very beginning in starter ships for exploration. Right, now let's look onto something a little bit better and a little bit more advanced. The Origin 315P. This is a very good starter exploration ship, and I'd recommend it to anybody. So basically, this is the Origin 315P, featuring more robust power plant, custom scanning package, exclusively designed by Chimera Communications. Basically, this is your luxury fighter exploration craft. This is going to be really good for navigating those jump points and flying around planets and enjoying all that sort of stuff. This is a nice sort of exploration, taking the sights kind of ship, I'd see it as. The way I'd see this in the verse is being like a ship where you can dabble in exploration while you're traveling from A to B. It's got everything you need on board for very, very, very basic exploration. It's a lot better than the last ship I mentioned. So yeah, Origin 315P, I'd highly recommend it as a good starter exploration ship. Alright, the next ship here in our lineup is the Reliant Sen Researcher from MISC. So this ship is your run-of-the-mill exploration craft, but this is a little bit more advanced on your entry level to exploration. This thing has 2 crew spaces for 2 people, basically. You have your pilot and then your co-pilot. You can also use your co-pilot to do other things, as such as like research in its research station. And this is what puts this ship ahead of those others I've mentioned before it, is the fact that it actually has a dedicated research station, which means you'll be able to do things in this that, like the other larger classes of ships, can do also. It's got 2 spaces for 2 crew members, meaning you can go on the adventure with a friend, and that is a lot more fun than going in alone. So yeah, I'd recommend this one above the others I've mentioned before for one very solid reason, is the fact that it's got more of a dedicated exploration feel to it. It's got 2 crew spaces, and the way I see it with exploration, the more crew you have, the better it gets, because it means the more stations you can operate at the same time, meaning you can get more data and keep the ship under control and all things like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend this, the Reliant Sen Researcher from MISC above the ones I've mentioned previously. Alright, let's move on now to the MISC Freelancer Doeuvre. The Freelancer Doeuvre variant specializes in exploration, sacrificing 25% of its cargo capacity of the standard Freelancer for enhanced jump drive, a more advanced scanner, and expanded fuel tank. may seem like a bad idea to some, but to those who value discovery over profit will find it to be their ship of choice. So this is the Freelancer Doeuvre, which in that little presentation there, it has one key feature which puts it above the ship I mentioned previously, is the fact that it has an expanded fuel tank and a better jump drive, which means you'll be able to go further distances and things like that, which means more discovery. Right, so this ship has got a better defensive capabilities than the ships I've mentioned previously. It's got 2 size 3 missile pylons and 2 size 5 unmanned turrets, and it has space for a manned turret. Now what's very good about this ship is it's got all the exploration stuff you need, it's got the better fuel tank, the better jump drive, and it sits 2 people. As I said before, the more crew, the better the ship. It'll operate under different conditions, but the more crew you'll have, the more fun the adventure basically. But yeah, that's the Freelancer Doeuvre. There's not much to really say on this other than it's a really good advanced, well, I'd say it's a very good medium to advanced exploration craft. So yeah, I'd recommend this one. Right, let's move on to the Terrapin. Presenting the Anvil Aerospace U4A3 Terrapin class scanning exploration ship. The Terrapin was developed near the end of the 28th century to serve as the first ship of the Empire's defensive reconstructing of the Navy. The Terrapin's watchword is protection, with extensive shield systems and armor layers designed to provide maximum possible defense for pilot and crew. While it lacks the maneuverability of a dedicated fighter, it does maintain an advanced hard-hitting array of weapons, intended to keep the most fearsome Vandal raider at bay. Basically, what this means is, this ship is, yes, a good exploration craft, but more importantly, you're going to be able to come home alive, which is, let's say, always a plus. The Anvil Terrapin seats 2 crew members, it has a dedicated scanning position on it, and it has a good pilot's position, which means the pilot can focus on flying and the scan operator can focus on what he needs to do to recover the information. Now the reason this is ahead of the ships I've mentioned previously is because it's a military ship. Military craft are often more advanced and better armored and better armed than standard civilian vessels. What's good about this ship is the fact that it's got really good armor and it's already designed to basically go into an extremely hazardous situation. And let's face it, when you go to a jump point, you don't know what's on the other side. You could literally wander into a Vandal Raider warband. And if you do, you're going to want to be able to get out of there alive, and this is the ship to do it. So yeah, the Anvil Terrapin is definitely highly recommended by me personally to you. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Alright, now let's move on to something a little bit more serious here with the RSI Constellation Aquila, or Aquila. But yeah, the Constellation Aquila, as I call it, is an amazing RSI ship. It really is. It's perfect for exploration because it was designed with that sole purpose in mind from the start. I mean, this is the ship that you're going to use to go exploring. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't have your exactly end game exploration craft yet, but you have enough credits to get a decent one, or enough money in real money terms to get one, this ship, the Constellation Aquila, is what you need, because let me just read the little bio on it here. Explore any distant horizon. The Constellation Aquila features a redesigned cockpit for maximum visibility, advanced sensors for onboard Ursa rover for planetary exploration. Let's see what's out there. I mean, what says exploration like that? I mean, come on. But yeah, Constellation Aquila, I'd highly recommend it because it can carry a rover. Now, the rover is a vehicle you're going to want to use for exploring the planet. Now, you know, you drive around and you scan stuff and you discover caves and alien species and giant sandworms. But yeah, this is a great ship. It's a lot like those old sci-fi TV show ships, you know, like, oh, we've discovered a unknown system, you know, we'll land on that Earth-like and deploy the rover, and the guy in the red shirt always dies. But yeah, this is what you want when you're going exploring, because it can hold 4 people. That's 4 crew members. On top of that, it carries a snub fighter in the rear, which means if you do run into trouble, you can scramble one of your crew members into that fighter, they jump in, and launch from your ship, and you can help defend your craft with the snub fighter against the threats. Or you can just get the hell out of Dodge. But yeah, this is an awesome vessel because it carries a rover, as I mentioned just now, for exploring the planet. The rover itself is going to be great fun to drive. So yeah, guys, Constellation Aquila, it has my seal of approval and a big thumbs up. Alright, let's switch now to the final ship in this lineup, and you all knew which one it was going to be if you were a regular, but yeah, this is the Anvil Carrick. This is the Carrick. This is like the king, okay? This is the great white shark of the seas in space. The Anvil Carrick features a reinforced fuel tanks for a long duration flight, an advanced jump drive, and a dedicated computer core for jump charting operations. Originally a military exclusive, the Carrick is now available for civilian use. Onboard accommodations include crew medical and repair facilities, and a mapping-orientated center suite. Now, it also carries a rover. How cool is that? It also carries, well, maximum crew of 5, and has a 1,058 cargo capacity. The ship is the Dawn. It is the boss of exploration. It is literally your mobile base for space. It's awesome, guys. I'm not even kidding. Go onto the RSI website and check it out, the Anvil Carrick. It's amazing. You've got some real nice pictures of it too. But yeah, the Anvil Carrick is the king of exploration, as I've said countless times just now in this sentence, because it is. It's no word gives it justice for the top of its field. And this is what, when you have become a pro explorer, or you set out to explore with a group of friends or an organization, this is going to be your exploration flagship. This is what you're going to go out into the unknown, deep, deep, deep into the unknown, and then even deeper past that. And you're going to explore things that no one else has seen or likely ever going to see, and you will land on those planets, and hell, you'll be the first one to discover an unknown life form or another intelligent life form. This will be your ship to do it in, because if things go bad and, you know, you land on one of their monuments or something, and then, like, you know, a war is about to break out, you can use this ship to get out of there. You can jump back in your rover, drive into your mobile base, raise the ramp, scramble to your quarters, everyone gets ready on board the ship, and then take off and fly away. This is your exploration craft that you want. This is your Galaxy Quest ship, pretty much. It's awesome, guys. I mean, as I just said in the description, it's got everything you're going to need. You're going to be able to plot jump routes and all those sort of things, and it's got a super advanced computer core, and it's got reinforced, like, fuel tanks. It's got all sorts of sensors and scanning array equipment. This is gonna pay for itself and then some. I mean, if you do really well with this ship, you'll come back and be able to afford another Carrick or something. I mean, this ship is perfect for exploration. So yeah, this is the king of exploring. This is the Anvil Carrick. Right, guys, so I hope that covered the basics of exploration for you and gave you the tools you needed to think about what you need to buy a ship for it. And I've given you a list of vehicles here that will help you with your exploration escapades and stuff. So yeah, I really do appreciate you guys coming back to watch these videos and stuff like that, and leaving a like and subscribing. It all puts a big grin on my face. As you know, I do this all for free, and I have no Patreon or anything like that at the moment. And I just do this to keep you guys happy. And yeah, it's good fun, and it makes me happy to see you guys happy. So that's the way it all works around here. So yeah, thank you again, guys, for helping me get to this many subscribers. I mean, it's crazy. I would have never guessed to get to, like, 160 subscribers or something like that. I mean, it's crazy. It blows my mind. You could have asked me that about 2 weeks ago, and I would have gone, no way, you nuts. But yeah, you guys have made it possible. And thank you, guys. I mean, really, from the heart, thank you. As always, Commanders, you know the drill. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.